Don't just live for tomorrow, or just live in yesterday. Just be glad for all you have that's in today.
Hey everyone, Connie here, and welcome to my blind reaction to the trailer for Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid S. So, I talked about this when I did the Mortal Kombat trailer reaction that I don't normally, well, as you guys can tell from watching the channel, I don't normally react to trailers anymore. I actually used to back on one of the old channels before my old account was unjustly terminated and everything. I actually did used to react to trailers at a point. But I haven't in a long time. It's been years. Um, but the Mortal Kombat trailer it was something I was very interested in, and this one as well. Now, this trailer apparently came out about a week ago, and I had not heard anything about it. Like, no one posted anything about it on Twitter or Facebook or anything. And it's like, I would think people would. I follow people who like the series and everything and who have been anticipating season two, but just no one's been posting about it. So I had no idea. And I hadn't seen anything about it on YouTube anywhere. Um, I just found out about it because I believe it was Arca. I might be wrong, but I believe it was Arca who posted about it in the Discord. So I looked up and yeah, it said it was like February 23rd it came out. So obviously I haven't seen this yet. As for what season two is going to entail, I know there's a new character and I've seen what she looks like. That's about it. I don't know about anything about where the series ends up going. I don't know anything about the context of the comedy or the just kind of the jokes and parodies that this second season is going to cover. Um, but I'm very excited to find out. I know season one, I believe, ended off with them heading to Kobayashi's parents' house, if I remember right. So we might meet Kobayashi's family in season two. But I am excited. I am definitely interested to see where the season goes because it's been years since the first season, and then this was announced like just a short time before the entire Kyoani fire happened, and it's just like it was kind of up in the air on what would continue and how things would continue after that, because of the just all the horrific destruction and shit that happened during that. But they ended up announcing that season two here, which is called Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid S, will be debuting this summer, I believe. I believe it starts in July. And I'm gonna say right off the bat, I will be reacting to this. Like, like no question about that. Um, because it's funny. I never reacted to the first season. I actually ended up watching it along with Rarity Dash's reactions. Um, because when the first season originally came out, I thought it was just going to be another one of those light, etchy shows that was just stupid and unbelievable fan service constantly and was just over the top. Apologize for her, but over the top like sexual jokes and stuff. Um, but it ended up being more of a parody of that kind of stuff. It was making fun of all the different manga and anime and whatnot that had the over sexualized characters, the sexual jokes and stuff. It definitely made fun of that with its own jokes and its own references and whatnot. Even the characters alone are parodies of those kind of characters from other shows. And I like that. But it also tells a compelling story with likable characters and has some really truly heartwarming moments in it that makes it feel special outside of just being a parody. Because, I mean, just being a parody alone isn't good enough. It has to be good, too. um, and I think the best parodies are able to stand on their own as a full-fledged series. The best parodies don't just feel like a parody. Like An example, in my opinion, in my eyes, of a bad parody series would be Pop Team Epic, because it's all parody. It's just all joke. It doesn't stand on its own. It's just a bunch of random sketches of stupid parody gags. That's literally all it is. It doesn't have anything else to stand on, and because of that, in my opinion, it falls flat. It's one note. But Dragon Maid doesn't have that problem. And I'm hoping season 2 continues to be as good as season 1 was. Um, and I'm hoping to like the new characters. I'm hoping to really enjoy the continuing characters that we had from last time. Um, and I'm just really excited because since I didn't think much or give much thought into this the first time, I really want to make sure that this is not just on my radar this time, but it's something that I really put forth my attention to. So, yeah, like I said, I will be reacting to it when it comes out, preferably as soon as possible when it comes out. Even if I have to fast forward through something else, another reaction to get to it. We'll figure it out when it gets to that, though. But yeah, so this will be a short reaction. It is still redirected to both BitChute and Google Photos just for copyright reasons. Because even though the trailer is on YouTube, trying to react to it in a video on YouTube could cause some copyright problems. So just to be safe, I am redirecting it. So, that being said, we're just going to get this started, hope for the best. And yeah, I'll come back at the end and give some thoughts on it and just generally what it might be implying is coming for season 2. So when the screen fades black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades to black and then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts, and will contain spoilers to the trailer. So that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers, I guess, in 3, 2, 1, now. Okay, so I looked up another version of the trailer, this one with like subtitles and everything. Not like the YouTube auto-generated bullshit, but like actual subtitles on the video. And like the entire thing, like what they were actually saying, because I was kind of wondering about that while watching, they were the entire rapping and everything was just about them asking what the S in the title stands for. Their question at the beginning, like, what does the S stand for? Isn't it 2? Like, isn't it supposed to be 2, like season 2 and all? And so they're all like giving these ideas on what it could mean, like Elma saying sweets. Kana's is a word related to Kobayashi's drinking. I can't remember what the word is right now. And then you saw like the words that the new character said at the end. And by the way, the new character had her verse at the end. It did reveal her name, which is Ilulu. So we got the name. I had probably heard it before and I just forgot. But yeah. None of the dialogue really reveals anything about the plot except about Ilulu arriving. It says that she's there for mysterious reasons, but that's it. It doesn't elaborate on anything. The visuals are really our only clues as to what this season is going to entail, and it tells us nothing. It just seems like a bunch of random clips of the characters interacting with each other or making faces or whatnot. So there's really nothing to go off of. But I actually prefer that. As much as it leaves little room to actually discuss about it here, so many trailers these days spoil so much. And I know you hear that all the time. It's like all these people complaining, oh, like the trailers spoil everything about the series and everything. But it's like it's true. You'll see so many trailers for movies or shows or even games that spoil a shit ton. about the content, about the media. It just it tells you so much about what's to happen, and it doesn't really leave much up to the imagination. It doesn't allow you to experience the show as well as you watch it. And maybe it's just because of my feelings towards spoilers, that I believe spoilers should be avoided at all costs whenever possible. But it's just, again, it bothers me that so much of this media spoils so much. So I do like it when a lot of these trailers do go more on the light side, like this. Like, again, just a bunch of random clips, none of them seemingly too important. And the only thing it spoils is Ilulu, but let's be honest, that's been everywhere. Like, all of the marketing for this season has involved her. People have been talking about her, debating about her, and arguing about her on social media. Um, it's like, yes, it's been made very clear that she's a character coming up. We don't know anything about her, and this trailer doesn't really spoil that. It doesn't even really spoil her personality too much. Um, like, she almost has like this kind of maybe tsundere vibe to her, from what we can see in the trailer, but it's too hard to actually say off of that tiny little bit we got. So it really tells us nothing about her as a character. Um, so I do want to talk about this controversy though, just to kind of pad out these afterthoughts a little bit. So there's this controversy that's gone around a lot. It just kind of like comes and goes every now and again. Pretty much ever since I guess her character first appeared in the manga. About Ilulu's design. The entire debate is one side is saying that her design is indicative of pedophilia and stuff like that a because she looks like a little girl but has these massive ass tits. Basically, the idea being that it's sexualizing kids. And you've seen this argument a lot lately, especially with another show. What's it called? Hana-chan Wants to Hang Out, or whatever the exact title is. But with the gray haired girl with the big tits and everything, it's where she's like kind of just messing with and having fun and hanging out with the guy. I checked out the first episode and all of that, but I won't get into that here. um, but yeah, it's kind of the same argument that people make about that. And I'm with the other camp though, the people who like you have, one, no idea what you're talking about, and two, your argument has no basis in reality. Just and just like with this other series, I have like the title here, Uzaki-chan, not Hannah-chan. I think Hannah or Hana is her first name or something, but it's Uzaki-chan Wants to Hang Out. But yeah, just like with that, with the arguments going around with that, the people who are like saying it's like indicative of pedophilia and shit, they have no real argument. It's purely on the idea that she looks young and small and big eyed, but has big tits. They associate those traits outside of the big tits with children, and that's completely on them. The thing is, and people have proved this, that there are people who look like that in real life, even with the big tits. There are cosplayers who have stood up against these people complaining about this. There are cosplayers who have shown that they have these kinds of bodies, and people in general, not just cosplayers, too. They did it for Uzaki, and now they've done the same for Ilulu. And it's like, you automatically equate these characters with children, and it's like, who's the one who's really sexualizing children here? You're the one who's automatically equating these characters with kids. You're completely the one doing this. And it's like it's stupid. And on top of that, nonetheless, people seem to always forget that this series is a parody show. Like I said in the pre-thoughts, like people seem to forget that a lot, and seem to forget that it's literally making fun of other anime that have these kinds of character designs. Luqua's design is entirely a parody on the overly sexualized, big tittied anime characters out there. You could kind of say the same about Toru to a degree. Kana is a parody on the overly cutesy, small, like childlike characters. Fafnir is a parody on the overly uh, scary, serious, rough and tumble type characters. Elma is a parody on the sweet loving airhead. It's like they're literally all parodies. Ilulu physically is clearly a parody on a lot of these different ecchi anime you'll see out there that have character designs like this. Small bodied girls with massive tits. There's some ecchi out there, some weird ass ecchi anime that have like that are much worse than this in terms of design. And that's the kind of thing that this is parodying. And people again, like they just seem to not understand that this series is a parody, that it's making fun of these tropes and these character designs. So it's like it not only doesn't bother me, but it works for what it's trying to do. It works. Plus, again, trying to automatically equate those designs to children is not on the people who designed them, but on you. Because again, there are people who look like this in real life and have proven so throughout this discourse. It's so ridiculous. It's just completely ridiculous. Um, and in the end, it's not really going to change anything. Like you being upset over a parody show's character designs, it's not going to make people turn away from the show. It's not going to stop the series from being super popular. Dragon Maid is one of the most popular parody comedy based series out there right now. And it has been since season one first aired. And from what I've gathered, the manga was very popular too. But when the first season of the anime hit, it really gained a lot more mainstream notoriety. Um, and it became this massive sensation. And so season two has been hotly anticipated, and now we're finally getting it. It's like it's not going to lose all these viewers, all these fans, just because some of you are interpreting it in really the wrong way, and honestly, kind of a gross way that you're interpreting it that way, like that. Um, but yeah, so I did want to take this time to weigh in on this issue as well. I don't have an issue with it because one, there are people in real life who have those body shapes and everything, and two, it's just a non-issue. With this being a parody series and literally the points of these character designs are to poke fun at other shows and manga that do this kind of thing, it's like, yeah, it's it's a non-issue. There's no problem with this. In fact, it's more funny than anything because it's making fun of these other shows and manga that do this kind of thing, and doing it in a genuinely enjoyable, funny way. Um, but either way, I am super excited for season two. And like I said, I will be reacting to it when it comes in July. And hopefully you'll all be on board with that as well. Um, but yeah, I have seen all of season one and the OVA stuff and whatnot. I have the DVD. um, it's just, I love the series and I can't wait for more. It's going to be so good. Um, but yeah, just as a note, I will be getting to that. And I still will be getting to the Shaman King reboot that comes out in April as well. So that's still coming too. A lot of stuff coming this year that I'm very excited for. Let's just put it that way. But in the meantime, tell me in the comments below what you thought of this brief little teaser trailer of Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid S, or season 2 if you prefer, and tell me what you think of Ilulu and just everything that's set to come. If you know what's going to happen via the manga, please, no spoilers. I wish to be as spoiler free going into this. But either way, like I said, let me know what you thought otherwise, and thank you so much for tuning in. For now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.